In this video, okay, I can't do this. So I think everyone knows about Mr. Beast. I think you really need to be living under a rock if you don't know about Mr. Beast. You know all the thumbnails, you know the crazy titles, you know the big videos, you know the money involved in these videos. So I'm not going to elaborate on it. But what I will elaborate on is what does Mr. Beast's newfound fame mean for other channels on YouTube and other channels who want to rise to such heights of content creation. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? I think personally speaking, I very rarely watch stuff from Mr. Beast. I think the most I've watched is stuff from his gaming channel, but other than that, I rarely watch his stuff from the main channel. And I think the simple reason for not watching them is simply the fact that they're so in your face, they're so big budget, they're so like thumbnail driven, they're so title driven, and I don't like that personally. For me, YouTube is like people playing games, people making animated content, people making narrative based videos. It's about just a person putting something out there that other people will enjoy. And I think the problem, not problem, but stuff I don't enjoy with channels like Mr. Beast is they're so engineered for mass consumption, right? And you can see that by the number of views and subscribers he has. And I personally just don't fuck with it. I don't like it. And I completely understand like people enjoying this and like really engaging with it. It's really cool. But I personally don't like it. And I think that's fine also. But I think considering the numbers that Mr. Beast has, I think it's a worthwhile question to ask that how does his fame and success affect the way other channels like approach their content, right? Because clearly it shows that if you really engineer your content, your thumbnails, your titles to such an extreme, you will hit those numbers. I think people also have started to realize that YouTube is not about luck. People have shown that it's not about luck. It's something that you just have to work at. There are some very powerful things that you can use to make your videos appeal to audiences better, and you have seen that over the years that people have used those tactics and they have seen the results in the form of more subscribers, better views, better engagement. So channels like Mr. Beast show that, you know, the YouTube algorithm is not about luck. It's about just understanding how it works and how people engage with content. Now again, the question arises, what does this mean for other channels on YouTube? I think it all depends on how YouTube as a whole reacts to Mr. Beast's success, right? Some people will clearly see that the numbers speak for themselves and they're gonna push really hard for Mr. Beast type content, or as a lot of people say, the Beastrification of YouTube. And I think long term wise, not a good thing, because if you think about it, Mr. Beast videos are not what people call evergreen content. Like, sure, it is an interesting concept, it has a big price tag attached to it, but is it really something you're gonna be watching 2-3 years down the road? I don't think so. When I think of videos like that, I think of channels like Video Game Donkey, Nakey Jakey, Dan is on Fire, and a dozen other channels whose old content I will regularly revisit just because I'm feeling nostalgic that day or I want to, you know, re-experience that video. I think at the end of the day, those are the roots of YouTube. Like, that's where it started from. That's the core, the essence of it. And that's the part of it that I enjoy. I enjoy people just making stuff for other people. Like someone making something cool and like just sharing it with people and people engaging with it in like such awesome ways. And while I do think that Mr. Beast is making some really good content, especially the stuff that he does in terms of charity, I still don't think that that's the direction YouTube should go in, because there's so many industries out there now that have essentially lost their soul. Like, you look at the music industry, you look at Hollywood, you look at the gaming industry, it's all kind of going to shit, if I'm being honest. A lot of these industries are losing their roots and what makes, like, you know, movies exciting, what makes games exciting. And like I said before, that while I do think that Mr. Beast is making interesting content, I think the worrying thing is who is going to be the next Mr. Beast and whether they're gonna have as pure intentions as Mr. Beast. Like, everyone knows about the whole controversy around his recent videos and whether like he should do videos like that. I'm not gonna address that stuff probably in another video, but the controversy is very apparent and like how people feel about the stuff that he's doing in those videos. videos. So, it's very likely that people who sort of emulate Mr. Beast in the future will definitely not have those pure intentions. Like, I do believe that Mr. Beast is doing all this for good, but you never know who the next Mr. Beast is and whether they're gonna do this stuff for the right reasons or not. Like, that person might just do it for the views and for the money. And the last question I want to talk about is whether YouTube as a whole will gravitate towards, like, Mr. Beast style content. And personally, I hope not, and I don't think so. Because guess what? Like, look at me. Like, this channel was basically inspired by channels like The Weekly Slap by Schlatt. And I took inspiration from channels like that because I love the energy that they bring to the person watching. Like, I watched so many of those videos like last semester during college when I was like really down the dumps about some of my courses. And I just put on a bunch of the videos from The Weekly Slap and I just watched them. And I really enjoyed them because they were so relaxing, they were so low energy, and there was nothing like, in your face about it. The thumbnail wasn't clickbait, the title wasn't clickbait, it was just good YouTube. And that's the exact same energy I want to bring to this channel, for example. I don't want it to be very in your face with a flashy thumbnail and a catchy title. I want it to be low energy, and like, sure, that might not make me popular with the algorithm, but this is the way I want to do it. Like, if I want to do well with this channel, I want to do it this way. I do not want it to be in a way that I am not comfortable with, or making stuff that I will look back on and not really like appreciate. Like, I want to make content that I look back on and I'm like, you know what, even though like I didn't get insane numbers on this, I'm so happy I did in my own way. Because at the end of the day, I realized that, if I make good content, people will recognize that. People will not look at the fact that, am I using like a really expensive microphone? Am I using really cool effects in my videos? No, people will just see what this person is bringing to them. Is it something interesting? Is it something that is worth their time, essentially? And the thing is, with these videos, I think I am doing that, and I think that is good enough, and I really hope that, this style of content creation is created more as time progresses, because I don't see this a lot on YouTube. And that is also one of the reasons why I wanted to make this channel, is because I just don't find channels like these anymore, and I want to find them. And so I literally ended up making a channel myself, and I started making content like that, and it's really fun. And I just hope that, again, this style of content creation still exists in the future. I don't want a universe where I go on YouTube and I just see 10 Mr. Beast type videos of someone doing this insane thing, someone doing that insane thing, and a video with this much money attached to it. Because the thing is, as time progresses, it's just gonna become bigger and bigger. So I hope the other side of the spectrum progresses alongside. I don't want just like, Mr. Beast type videos to be the future of YouTube. And my final thoughts are that if you're watching this video and you really like this type of content, then, go out and make some of your own. It might not be like this, but go out and just do it, because I think one thing that Mr. Beast type videos also does is that it sort of creates this mindset that you have to like, have insane price tags attached to videos, and you need to have like very big production teams working on your videos. So yeah, that's more or less what I wanted to say. If you like this video, like, subscribe, do all the good things, and yeah, that's all I have to say.